Hey guys, this is Martha Hedgehog with my October reading wrap-up. Sorry about the lighting, I'm filming at night again and have horrible lighting in here, so, yeah, getting straight into this. So, I am going to have read a total of 8 books this month. Not very good, but I did start out with a pretty ambitious TBR, and I am proud of the books I got through, so let's just jump straight into these. So the first book I read in October was City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. This is the second book in the Mortal Instruments series. I gave this 3 out of 5 strawberries. I liked it. It was interesting. It had some more interesting elements, more interesting character development, interesting plotline, all that. I really did not like the romance in this. It got really awkward, really weird. I know the twist, the double twist to the romance, so I know it's not what it seems in this, but it's still really awkward and weird, and I didn't like those parts. But when this book did not focus on the romance, I did enjoy it. These books are still weirdly entertaining, even though they're really also kind of silly and stupid. But after that, I read The Screaming Staircase by Jonathan Stroud, book 1 in the Lockwood & Co. series. This is a middle grade supernatural kind of mystery series. I gave this book 4 out of 5 strawberries, debating on whether or not to actually bump it up to 5. I really liked this book. It was very good. So, it takes place in modern day London, and something has happened to cause ghosts to suddenly, essentially, appear everywhere. No one knows what has caused it. And children are very sensitive to supernatural activity. So, companies have cropped up where you can hire them and their kids to exterminate ghosts for you, essentially. And the protagonist of this book, Lucy Carlisle, ends up working for Lockwood & Co., which is solely run by kids, no adult supervision. They don't have a very good reputation of completing jobs without kind of mucking them up as well. But then they get hired to de-ghost the most haunted house in England, and everyone who's gone in has never survived. This book was just great. It was funny, it was extremely well written, it has wonderful characters, and it was scary. I mean, it was really spooky. So 4 out of 5 for this. It was great. After that, I powered, sort of, through the Universe Builders by Steve Labelle. This was sent to me by the author for review. I gave this 2 out of 5 strawberries. The concept is really great. So it takes place in this universe where the gods live. And our protagonist, Bernie, has just graduated from God School and now is getting a job as a universe builder. Well, the company he works for, his old school rival works there too, and he is out for revenge. He is determined to get Bernie fired. The concept was really interesting, and the characters were good beginnings of characters. But this was very slow. The world of the gods was essentially like our world. And the characters were just kind of so-so. So, I mean, great concept. The series definitely has room to get better, but overall, I was mostly kind of bored by this. After that, I read Flora and Ulysses by Kate D. Camillo. I gave this 4 out of 5 strawberries. It was a cute, fun, typical, whimsical, humorous, kind of strange Kate D. Camillo book about a squirrel who gets sucked up by a vacuum cleaner and ends up developing superpowers. It was just really fun, quick read. Really enjoyed it. And after that, I read File Under 13 Suspicious Incidents by Lemony Snicket. This is a collection of short stories connected to his All the Wrong Questions series, and these stories take place after book 2. I gave this 4 out of 5 strawberries. The little stories inside are really good, really funny, typical Lemony Snicket. It does bug me though because I know that there's a code in this book, and I just don't have the time I used to solve it, so that makes me really sad. But overall, it was really fun. I had fun solving the mysteries and seeing how they ended, and I love Snicket books. I always will. After that, I read 172 Hours on the Moon by Johan Harstad. I gave this 4 out of 5 strawberries. This was creepy. So it takes place in 2020, and NASA is losing funding, so they decide to host an international lottery to send 3 teenagers up to the moon. What you don't know, or rather what the world doesn't know, is that when back in the 70s NASA had actually built a moon base on the moon, and they hadn't told anyone about it, and so they're going back to this moon base, but they're not alone on the moon. The twist in this, I guess, is kind of easy to figure out, but it's such a good, creepy twist, and the way this ends is just really cool and creepy. I mean, there isn't a lot of character development, but it's totally plot-driven, and it just reminded me of Twilight Zone. It was so creepy. I really liked this book. After that, I read The Haven by Carol Lynch Williams. I'm hesitant to say too much about this book, because it's so short I can give a lot away. In summary, I gave it 3 out of 5 strawberries. I enjoyed it. It was a quick, fun read. The plot is very easy to figure out. There isn't a ton of character development, but I still really liked it, even though the plot was very familiar. Reminds me of a couple of movies I've seen. But it was still really fun and just interesting and a great quick read, so 3 out of 5 strawberries. I enjoyed it. And then by the time this video goes up, I will have finished The Colossus Rises by Peter Larangis, the first book in the Seven Wonders series. This kid, Jack, and 3 other kids find out that they are descendants of the people who used to live on Atlantis, and they have special powers. But because Atlantis was destroyed, their powers will kill them when they reach the age of 14, and so they have to find 7 power sources that were stolen from Atlantis in order to restore Atlantis, and then they won't die. This is so far, and I got maybe 100 pages left. This is a really, really fun book. I'm probably going to give it 3 out of 5 strawberries. It's really fun, great for Rick Riordan fans. It isn't Rick Riordan, that is true, and you really shouldn't go into this book expecting it to be as good as Rick Riordan. But the general concept is really cool, the characters are really fun, it does have kind of that similar humor, and it's just a really great classic adventure story with puzzles and booby traps and weird things and artifacts and things like that, so it's just a lot of fun. So those are the books I've read in October. Let's see if I can hold them up. These are all the books I've read in October. Didn't make as much progress as I wanted to, so November is going to be a super, super big TBR, and that I will see you with that video next. Bye.